Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about, well, Star Wars again. Yeah, that thing keeps on giving. It's the lowest fruit in the orchard. And I mean, really big orchard right now. Because there's still Doctor Who, which also has very low hanging fruits. But right now the lowest one is Acolyte. Mostly because of the stupidity that came out of a certain person's mouth. Right, from Fandom Wire. Quote, "It is not normal for a series to be at 16% on Rotten Tomatoes." Well, Kathleen Kennedy, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry to piss on your goddamn parade. But it's not 16%. It's 14. 14%. Whoops. It keeps on getting lower and lower and lower. 14%. This is because your goddamn fucking show sucks balls. And as they go, what? One moment. There you go. Press the wrong button. That's the very me. But anyway, here it is what the author of the article said. If a project flops, never blame the audience. She is absolutely correct. Never blame the audience. You're just simply consuming the product you put out. And if the product sucks, well, it's you who's at fault. Anyway, here is the rest of the title. Kathleen Kennedy blaming male Star Wars fans for the Acolyte failure. Falls flat as fans point out Fallout had a female lead too. And this is a thing. Fallout really received a good score. I mean, it's not stellar by any means necessary. The show was absolutely one of the most average shows I've ever seen. Bland characters, the only one that was kind of salvageable, and even then, I felt like it needed, needed more oomph was the goal, but everybody else sucked. But I gotta go and give them props. The prop itself was well made, the music was well made, the scenery was well made, but the story was just not there. They destroyed the lore, etc. Fallout. I think if we are going to compare to the quality of TV shows we had up until, 2017, 2016, 15, and lower still, I would consider it a very average show. I mean, it's just kind of climbing to average and just staying there barely. Kind of like Wednesday. The problem is that because we don't have anything good lately from the West, the ultra average, the absolutely bare minimum of averageness becomes good, and that becomes a problem. For instance here, Fallout, 90% audience score. If this was released in 2005 and thereabouts, I'm very sure this thing would be around 50, 45, thereabouts. 55%. It would not reach this high. And another example that really does portray how bad entertainment is, but it also destroys the narrative that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to paint. After all, she got triggered over that South Park episode, The Pandaverse. But before I continue, here is a trailer.
We are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
I'm back, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, right. So, as I mentioned, Kathleen Kennedy and the people at Disney were a little bit butthurt over the Pandaverse, which we know was kind of hurting them a little bit. Here is from Bound into Comics from 2023, November. Disney executives reportedly butthurt over South Park joining the Pandaverse special. Here is what one of the snippets of the rumor behind it. Here what the guy said. I'm here, that name. The behind-the-scene response then at Disney was a mix of shock and embarrassment, feeling of betrayal, and overall butthurt. There apparently were some lines of communications between Disney and Paramount over the course of the weekend, but from what I gather, very little constructive came out of it. As apparently many in Disney's end were a tad emotional, especially the true believers of the woke cause, South Park just gave it a black eye. Well, yeah, they have a tendency of doing that, don't they? But anyway, back to the fandom article. Here is what Kathleen Kennedy said. Allegedly, maybe. Yeah. I think Leslie has struggled a little bit with it. I think a lot of women who step into Star Wars struggles with this a bit more. Because of the fan base being so male-dominated, they sometimes get attacked in ways that can be quite personal. No, you stupid silly bitch! We really have no problems with female leads. In fact, many of the science fiction TV shows or movies, for instance, the Fallout here is a good example. Aliens with Ripley and more. Resident Evil. They're all females. Even we go to gamers like Tomb Raider. Hell, even the females characters on Star Trek. Even Star Wars, they were big fan favorites. The problem, Kathleen Kennedy, is that you suck at writing. You try to minimize the other gender. You try to attack them, trying to appease to some demographic that really do not watch your product. And it shows they are indeed a minority. Because if they were a majority, they would have watched your garbage. They would have been there, but they are a minority and they are usually not that interested in science fiction. They are really not that interested, so you put out this garbage where you shit upon everyone with lesbian space witches. For the love of God, who thought that was a good idea? Yeah. That feels like somebody who was really smoking some very bad joint, was taking a shit and thought, hey, maybe if lesbian space witches would be a good thing. Now fuck off. Right. Here, continuing the article, Kennedy went on to blame the failure of a specific project on the fact that the fans of the franchise are predominantly male, which makes them aversive towards movies and shows led by female protagonists. Yeah, no, not really, no. Anyway, this is what the HQ on X, according to the article, said. How to make a series and properly talk to your fans before it releases. Lucasfilms, Star Wars needs to take notes from the Fallout series, which, by the way, has a female lead who is very talented. I truly believe Lucasfilms are doing a terrible job right now at talking to fans. Yeah, the actress was quite good. She was really quite good on Fallout, but even then, her character was just so lackluster. There were moments in there that I was actually zoning out. And that's not a good thing. When you zone out, you kind of lose the track of the story. Wait, what happened? Why are they there? I think they were in the... Oh my god, I zoned out for 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the show because it was boring. This story made no sense in most of the cases. It was just bad. I mean, good actors could not save this story in this very average TV show. I mean, the good thing is that it received good props, good music. Yeah, I think I'll say the Ghoul is possibly the best one, maybe because of the charisma of the actor, but beyond that, no, not even he could save this show. Anyway, it is continuing. It is not normal for a series to be at 16%, now 15% on Rotten Tomatoes like The Acolyte currently is. And no, don't blame it on your own male fanbase. Take responsibility for the comments you made towards your male fanbase before you even gave them a chance to watch your new show. Well, let me put it this way. The moment you try to shit on your fanbase, the moment you try to shit on your lore and destroy the property that you're trying to sell, is the moment that you start receiving, well, wonderful little scores like this. But to be honest, Disney, you destroyed their Star Wars from the very first movie you released. And this, what we're seeing here, is just a rotting corpse, rotting, bloated corpse that it is Star Wars today. The same thing you did for Indiana Jones. What was it? Willow. Everything that you touched made into shit. And this is the example of it. Well, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night. And remember, fuck YouTube. And well, if you're still watching Acolyte, good luck.